Imagine a land of unimaginable wealth, a source of gold, exotic animals, and fragrant incense so divine the ancient Egyptians called it the land of the gods. Now, imagine this entire kingdom vanished from history, leaving behind only whispers in ancient texts and carvings. This is the story of Punt, Africa's forgotten trade empire. For centuries, the only reason we even knew Punt existed was because of its most famous customer, ancient Egypt. There are no grand ruins, no confirmed capital city, no definitive map. Punt is a ghost of history, a puzzle pieced together from the records of another civilization. The Egyptians held Punt in the highest regard, calling it T'Necher. To them, it wasn't just a trading partner. It was a sacred, blessed land, a place where the gods themselves walked. So what made this place so special? Punt was the source of some of the most precious materials in the ancient world. We're talking mountains of gold, the rare and highly sought-after resins of myrrh and frankincense, dark ebony wood, and gleaming ivory. These weren't just luxury items. They were the lifeblood of Egyptian religion, medicine, and royal ceremony. Imagine the scent of myrrh burning in the temples of Karnak, or the site of a pharaoh's golden death mask. Much of that came from Punt. The kingdom also exported exotic live animals, filling the royal menageries of Egypt with baboons, giraffes, and panthers. One of the most famous accounts of this trade comes from the reign of one of Egypt's most powerful female pharaohs, Hatshepsut, around 1500 BCE. She commissioned a massive naval expedition to the distant land of Punt. It was a risky, ambitious journey, but the rewards were legendary. Her fleet returned laden with treasures, a spectacle immortalized on the walls of her temple at Deir el-Bahri. The carvings show Egyptian sailors loading their ships with chests of gold, piles of incense, and even live myrrh trees, which Hatshepsut successfully planted in Egypt, a botanical feat for the time. What's fascinating about the relationship between Egypt and Punt is how peaceful it seems to have been. In an age defined by conquest and war, their connection was built on diplomacy and mutual respect. The carvings don't show battles or subjugation. They depict friendly exchanges, with the people of Punt welcoming the Egyptians. This was a partnership that lasted for centuries, a testament to the power of trade over conflict. And what about the people of Punt themselves? The Egyptian reliefs give us a tantalizing glimpse. They show people with dark skin, sometimes wearing fine linen kilts and elaborate gold jewelry, including heavy earrings and necklaces. Their homes were unique round, cone-roofed huts built on stilts. This architectural style suggests they lived along a coast or a river, elevating their homes to protect against floods or animals. They were a sophisticated people, masters of the sea and land, who built a prosperous society. Of course, the million-dollar question is, where exactly was Punt? This is one of history's greatest geographical mysteries. For decades, scholars have debated its location. The leading theories place it somewhere in the Horn of Africa, encompassing modern-day Somalia, Djibouti, Eritrea, or Ethiopia. The types of goods like myrrh and specific types of ebony strongly point to this region. Some have even suggested coastal Sudan or even across the Red Sea in Yemen. However, a recent breakthrough has added a major clue. Scientists analyzed the DNA of mummified baboons found in Egypt, animals known to have come from Punt. The results traced their origins directly to a specific area in modern-day Eritrea and eastern Ethiopia, providing the strongest evidence yet for an African location. After more than 1,000 years of recorded trade, something happened. Around the 11th century BCE, mentions of Punt in Egyptian records simply stop. The kingdom disappears from history as suddenly as it appeared. Why? We don't have a clear answer. Perhaps it was a dramatic shift in climate, turning the once fertile land into a desert. Maybe the vital Red Sea trade routes collapsed due to piracy or political instability in the region. Or perhaps the kingdom of Punt simply declined and was absorbed by rising powers like the kingdom of DMT or Aksum in Ethiopia. The mystery of its collapse is as profound as the mystery of its location. The story of Punt is more than just a historical enigma. It's a crucial, often overlooked chapter of African history. Long before the rise of Greece or Rome, sophisticated and wealthy trading empires flourished in Africa. Punt was not a primitive backwater. It was a center of commerce and culture, an equal partner to the mighty civilization of Egypt. It reminds us that our understanding of the ancient world is still incomplete and that there are entire lost kingdoms waiting to be rediscovered, their stories waiting to be told. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to the lost land of Punt. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into forgotten history. Let me know in the comments what you think happened to Punt. See you next time.